why those um, one world people exist, because it's a very powerful concept to have and far too lucrative and beneficial to not. Everybody is a supplier. Epstein, Weinstein, like these guys knew what these extremists liked and provided it, and provided the way for you to like um to have $1 billion and not create a fantasy island type environment has not existed throughout history.
Right.
Question that kept Hollywood strangely silent for years. How could someone who built an entire brand around the phrase "be kind" end up being described by people behind the scenes as cold, difficult, and even intimidating? That uncomfortable question kept resurfacing every time the name Ellen DeGeneres came up in conversations about what really happened behind the curtain. For nearly 20 years, she ruled daytime television like an undisputed force. The Ellen DeGeneres Show ran for almost 2 decades and became one of the biggest talk shows in America, drawing in celebrities, massive ratings, and a reputation built entirely on smiles and dancing. But when the show suddenly came to an end, the whispers started growing louder, and people began asking what was truly happening backstage. Now, more stories are coming to light, and many believe Ellen wasn't exactly the person she appeared to be on camera. And through all of it, one comedian never held his tongue. He kept warning that Hollywood wears many faces, and not a single one should be trusted. Katt Williams has built his entire reputation on speaking uncomfortable truths about the entertainment industry. While plenty of comedians play it safe to protect their careers, Katt has never been that kind of person. He calls things out directly. No filter, no softened language. For years, he's been warning people that something deeply shady runs through the core of Hollywood. And according to him, the public only ever sees the polished, carefully arranged version. In Katt Williams' own words, Hollywood is filled with people playing roles, even when the cameras are completely off. According to him, the smiles, the warmth, the public image, it's all part of the performance. So when stories about Ellen's workplace environment began surfacing, a large portion of fans suddenly remembered those warnings and started viewing everything through a very different lens. Ellen DeGeneres didn't start out as a powerful television host running a media empire. She was born on January 26, 1958, in Metairie, Louisiana. And before fame ever arrived, she was living an ordinary life just like everyone else. She worked regular jobs, trying to figure out her path long before any spotlight ever found her. In the early 1980s, she began performing stand-up comedy in small clubs, grinding through late nights and tiny audiences. Then in 1986, a defining moment changed everything. She appeared on The Tonight Show with legendary host Johnny Carson. After her set, Carson invited her to sit on the famous couch, and back then, that single moment meant you had officially arrived in the comedy world. From there, her career kept rising. In the 1990s, she starred in her own sitcom simply called Ellen. Then, in 1997, she shook the entire industry with a landmark announcement on the cover of Time magazine. She told the world she was gay at a time when her show was already facing fierce competition from Friends and Seinfeld.
This is so hard, but I think I've realized that I can't even say the word. Why can't I say the word? I mean, why can't I just say, I mean, what is wrong? Why do I have to be so ashamed? I mean, why can't I just say the truth? I mean, be who I am. I'm 35 years old. I'm so afraid to tell people. I mean, Susan, I'm gay.
At that time, it was considered a bold and genuinely risky move in Hollywood. Shortly after, her show was canceled and several networks pulled back. For a moment, it appeared her career might be finished. But Ellen wasn't done. In 2003, she launched The Ellen DeGeneres Show, and this time, she returned as something far greater than just a comedian. When Ellen came back, she came with a very deliberate image. She presented herself as the face of positivity, someone who stood for kindness and good energy. At the close of every single episode, she repeated the same message to millions of viewers: be kind to one another. That simple phrase slowly became her entire brand. The formula worked. The show exploded in popularity and dominated daytime television for years. Ellen filmed more than 3,000 episodes and collected dozens of daytime Emmy Awards along the way. Nearly every major celebrity passed through her stage at some point, and for a long time she sat comfortably at the very top of the talk show world. But eventually, stories about how staff members were treated behind the scenes began to surface. And once those reports came out, the internet started digging through old clips with a completely different perspective.
Producers speaking out on camera for the first time about what it was like working for Ellen DeGeneres.
Toxic, phony, hypocrite, liar. That's what she is.
Hedda Muscat was with Ellen from the beginning in 2003 when the talk show was launched.
We were told from the very beginning, don't talk to Ellen, don't do this, you can't, go into her office. It was very nerve-wracking, very stressful. We all walked on eggshells all the time.
Muscat says despite Ellen's Queen of Nice reputation, it became clear early on that it would not be a pleasant place to work. One incident with executive producer Ed Glavin left her shaken.
We were in our production meetings and she would watch Ed go off on people. Ellen would look at Ed and she would laugh because I was hoping she was going to say, Ed, you can't be yelling at crew this way. You can't be yelling at people this way. She laughed and she said, every production needs their dog.
Meaning
Ed is her dog.
Like her attack dog.
Her attack dog. So therefore she doesn't need to do that. He took the role of being the attack dog that she didn't have to now be the attack dog. So she didn't have to yell.
So when Ellen says she's not aware of this environment, you don't think that rings true?
It's a lie.
Muscat won 2 daytime Emmys with the show. She was let go in 2004.
As a host, she's amazing. As a host. But as a boss and someone who's behind the scenes running the show, she's a different person. She's not the person people see.
One moment people kept revisiting involved Taylor Swift. During an interview, Ellen repeatedly pushed Taylor to discuss her dating life. When Taylor clearly attempted to avoid the subject, Ellen turned it into a game where photos of male celebrities appeared on screen, pressuring her to react. Another clip that went massively viral featured actress Dakota Johnson. Ellen joked that Dakota hadn't invited her to a birthday party, trying to play the whole thing off for laughs. But Dakota calmly responded, "Actually, you." That unexpected reply caught everyone completely off guard. For many viewers, that moment felt like the very first crack in Ellen's carefully constructed image. Someone had pushed back on live television, and people began seeing things very differently. But the situation truly reached another level during her interview with Mariah Carey. At the time, widespread rumors were circulating that Mariah might be pregnant. Ellen brought out champagne and joked that if Mariah drank it, it would prove the rumors false. Mariah looked visibly uncomfortable, but as the pressure continued building, she eventually took a small sip.
Go ahead.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
The clip of Ellen trying to pressure the singer into drinking champagne as a way to offset pregnancy rumors recently resurfaced on Twitter, following allegations of a toxic workplace environment on the show.
People are saying that that you're pregnant. There's rumors.
Don't discuss that.
All right. Well, you don't have to.
No, that's okay. No, honestly,
you
how
don't
do
have to
I- how
answer
do
me.
I-
Let's just toast with champagne.
Now, in an interview with Vulture, Mariah is addressing that extremely uncomfortable moment with DeGeneres, telling the mag that she's really had a, quote, hard time grappling with the aftermath.
I can have some champagne. It's just fattening. So,
You can't have champagne?
That's not champagne because you can't.
No, it
have
is.
The singer, who married then-husband Nick Cannon about 6 months prior to her sit-down with Ellen, did everything she could to dodge the TV personality's persistence.
You want to taste it?
I can't believe you did this to me, Ellen.
What? No.
Are you trying
I'm
to
not
just-
going to ask you if you're pregnant
This
or not.
is
I'm
peer
just going to
pressure.
say.
Do you see what Ellen is doing? This is peer pressure. I was like, why does she keep talking about champagne?
At one point, Mariah even claimed it was too early to drink, just before appearing to take a small sip.
Go ahead.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
It's too early for me.
Yeah.
I only drink it after 3 p.m.
Yeah. You're pregnant. You're pregnant.
No,
you
I
are
didn't say
pregnant.
Years later, Mariah revealed something deeply heartbreaking during that time. She confirmed she had actually been pregnant during that interview, and not long afterward, she suffered a miscarriage. When people heard that, the moment suddenly felt completely different from how it had originally played out on television. Looking back, many viewers began questioning whether that situation should have been handled with far more sensitivity. What once appeared to be a lighthearted talk show moment no longer felt funny once the full story came out. As more clips continued circulating online, people began noticing a clear pattern. Some interviews showed Ellen pushing guests into awkward situations or teasing them in ways that left them visibly uneasy. Those moments spread rapidly across social media, and the public started asking a much deeper question. Was the Be Kind image really the whole story? According to Katt Williams, Hollywood has a very particular way of manufacturing public images. In multiple interviews and stand-up routines, he's spoken about how the entertainment industry can mold someone's personality into a carefully scripted character. He once explained it this way: some people spend their entire careers playing the role of an angel because they're terrified of what the world might see if the mask ever slips. Katt has also claimed that many entertainers completely alter who they truly are just to satisfy the industry's expectations and keep powerful people around them satisfied. Real clip, Shasa. The public usually sees the smiles, the jokes, and the polished celebrity version presented on screen. But according to accounts from people who have worked around the industry for years, the private side of Hollywood can sometimes look radically different. For example, Richard Pryor's former bodyguard once claimed he personally witnessed deeply disturbing behavior at private celebrity gatherings, and that kind of chaos is exactly what Katt Williams says has been playing out in Hollywood for years. Real clip, Shapte. According to him, the entertainment industry runs on three powerful forces: power, reputation, and silence. When something controversial begins to surface, the public usually only receives small fragments of the story, while the full picture remains hidden far behind closed doors. At the same time, it's important to acknowledge that real victims connected to the Epstein case have shared very serious experiences that extend well beyond internet speculation. One of those voices is survivor Maria Farmer, who has spoken publicly about what she says she experienced during the period she encountered Jeffrey Epstein. In interviews, she described how vulnerable many young women were when they first crossed paths with him. Some came from difficult family situations, while others were simply trying to earn money to support themselves or help their families get by. Epstein would frequently present what sounded like straightforward work opportunities. Some were told they could earn hundreds of dollars just for giving a brief massage. And for teenagers struggling financially, that amount of money could feel genuinely life-changing. Real clip opt. Maria explained that when the FBI eventually contacted her, she felt terrified and completely overwhelmed. Epstein quickly arranged lawyers for her, which only made the situation feel even more confusing and suffocating. As a young woman with limited resources and very little guidance at the time, she had no idea who she could truly trust. Years later, she still believes many critical questions about the Epstein case remain entirely unanswered. According to her, there could be millions of documents that the public has never fully been allowed to see. Real clip Noah. Records that might reveal exactly how powerful networks operated behind closed doors. As the Epstein story continued unfolding, more voices started entering the conversation. One of the loudest and most controversial came from educator and activist Dr. Umar Johnson, during an interview where he addressed the fallout surrounding the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. Dr. Umar spoke very directly about what he believed was truly happening. In his view, the scandal was never just about one individual. He argued that Epstein represented something far larger, a system of power involving politics, money, influence, and connections that stretched deep into very powerful circles. Real clip Secha. According to that perspective, the public may have only ever been shown one version of the story, while considerably more was unfolding quietly behind closed doors. It's important to note that these claims remain speculative and have not been confirmed by official evidence. Still, the reason these conversations keep returning is straightforward. Many people feel that several fundamental questions connected to the case have never been fully or honestly answered. Around the same time, renewed attention began focusing on one of Epstein's most mysterious properties, his ranch in New Mexico. Investigators and journalists revisited information tied to the broader investigation, bringing the location back into public discussion once again. Whether someone agrees with these theories or not, one thing remains undeniable. Even years after Jeffrey Epstein's death, the case still feels deeply unfinished to many observers. New details, new interviews, and new discussions continue to emerge, keeping the story very much alive. So what do you think about everything that has surfaced over the years? Do you believe there are still major truths waiting to be revealed? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and if you found this breakdown valuable, make sure to like, subscribe, and share the video so more people can join the conversation. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.